This is your boy Leon D, and I'm here to tell you that I'm gonna tell you what I know and what I don't know. If I don't know it, I'm gonna be honest and tell you about it. But what I do know, I really do know. There are things I'm gonna tell you that may apply to you, and things I'm gonna tell you that may not apply to you. I'm gonna tell you things I like and things I don't like. And here's the deal: you can deal with it or you can let it go. It don't matter to me. But I'm gonna tell you about it anyway. What we talk about in this video is food. We talk about a lot of food. Now, let's get to the show. I'm here to tell you about restaurants. This is your boy DJ Leon D. And I've been telling you about all the cities I've been going to and the places I've been eating at. Let me tell you about a place that kind of intrigued me. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you, it's one place in particular, but I'm going to tell you about a few places that are like this. And you're going to see where I'm going with this. So let me tell you about something. I went to San Francisco. San Francisco. I went there, and San Fran got a lot of restaurants. They got a lot of restaurants. But I tell you this, I couldn't find nothing to eat that was San Francisco. And that always baffled me because these cities that are got a lot of, what do you want to call it? Not foreigners, not immigrants. They got the native people in California, in San Fran area, but there's no San Fran food. Normally you go to Baltimore, they got crabs. You go to Boston, they got lobsters. You go down to, Albany, Georgia, they got soul food. Atlanta claim they got soul food, but Atlanta has got really bougie lately. They're very, very bougie. They got a lot of simple foods that they want to make look expensive and charge you a lot for it. But San Francisco, I was out in San Francisco, and you go to the piers and you go to all the tourist places. There's nothing. There's nothing they had there that I couldn't get back in, the DC area. And I'm talking about, the East Coast, a lot of people take pride in their ethnic foods that you can only get there. Like you go down to Savannah, you want goulash food. You can only get goulash food in that area. You may see an oddball restaurant here and there around the country, but no, you go there, that's all you see. And they're all very, very good at it. New Orleans, Cajun food. Not just New Orleans, but that whole Louisiana, New Orleans, the Baton Rouge area. Cajun food. And there's a bunch of them on every corner, and they're very good at it. When I go to LA, I like a lot of Mexican food. Texas, I like Tex-Mex. But San Fran was kind of odd because San Jose, San Fran, there's nothing native to that area food-wise. People go there, and I guess the most exciting thing is wine. But let me tell you about the wine that's there. And I couldn't figure it out for nothing. For nothing could I figure this out. I could buy the same wine in Maryland and Virginia that I could buy in San Francisco. Same maker, same bottler, same everything. And it's cheaper back in Maryland and Virginia than it is in San Francisco. Like Barlin James or whatever, Mad Dog or one of those Fresno Valley, wines. I could find them back home cheaper than San Francisco. And I can't understand why. If it's made and produced there, why is it more expensive back where I live at? Cheaper back where I live at. And it's not like it's you can account for the taxes and say, well, it's a couple dollars cheaper because taxes in California, which everybody knows is crazy. Taxes in California are very, very high. But the East Coast, especially the Northeast, taxes there are very, very high. And we have sin taxes where, you smoke, you drink, whatever it is, anything that they call a sin, you pay extra money for it. No, in San Fran, things are just more expensive for the things that are produced there. I guess, using my logic, an iPhone, you think would be cheaper in China than it is in the States, but it's not the case because, Apple charges the same price worldwide. But it's wine thing. But let me tell you about the food. The best food I found in the San Fran area was a German restaurant in San Jose. They gave you a lot of food. It was good food, but it was only like one or two German places in the whole Silicon Valley area. But San Fran, every place I went, they wanted to offer you seafood. And then I'm like, I get seafood back home. What is it? I know California grow a lot of vegetables and a lot of stuff, and I'm not into guacamole and, and all this stuff and avocados, and I eat cucumbers like crazy. But here's my thing. Here's what's funny. A lot of places in San Francisco, still want cash only. That shocked the hell out of me. I took my credit card out and I look up at the sign. It says cash only. This is 2024. And there was no Apple Pay, Cash App, which I don't do those things anyway. But it was just odd that that's all they took. But at the same time, when you go to San Fran, I'm gonna give you some advice. Now, San Fran got probably close to 500 million Chinese out there. Probably 500 million of them. At least it feels that way when you go to certain parts. Now you got the white part. You got the white part of San Fran, and we know ain't no food over there. So you go to the Chinese, where there a lot of Chinese at, and Koreans. Here's the funny part. Their places, the restaurants, just don't look good from the outside. From the outside, they don't look good at all. So I'm like, nah, I'm not going there. And plus, parking sucks in San Francisco. And you know what? It's not just San Fran. Most big cities, parking sucks. If you're eating downtown or if you're eating at a place that looks decent, parking normally sucks. So I'm thinking, do I want to pay another $20 to park for an hour and a half? You will on the West Coast. And so you go in there and you get a meal. You got to hope for two things. You got money for the valet, $20, and you got to hope your car is still there if you don't use a valet. Yeah. You got to hope that. Because San Fran got a lot of homeless. I'm talking about a lot of people. Most big cities try to hide their homeless at the bus station, the train station. They try to hide them. Not in San Fran. They'll piss on you while you're walking down the street. Piss right on you. So I struggle to find good food in San Fran. But I'm going to tell you where you find good food at if you can find the restaurant that's open. Oakland got a lot of places to eat at. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Oakland ain't got their problems. It's just not as visible. Every city got problems. Every city got a poor side to it. That's every city. Even in Palo Alto, California, nice city, pretty city, very clean, I saw homeless. I saw people begging. I saw a lot of things. I didn't see a lot of restaurants that looked like they were built, in the 1400s. But Palo Alto is a very, very good city. But I saw an accident. I was recording on my GoPro. And when the police came, this old lady hit this young guy. She jumped out of the car and started lying on the young guy. And I told the police, listen. And they started believing her because she was about 97 years old. And I don't know why she was driving, period, because that's the home of Uber. But I said, I got the video right here. She changed her whole story in front of the cop. So every city got those kind of people. Just because you live in a city that's wealthy or whatever, you got your problems. And I was going to eat at a German restaurant when I recorded the video. But I found it very difficult to get something that was truly ethnic from that area. And when I say ethnic, I don't mean somebody from a different place that moved there 5 years ago and opened a restaurant up. I mean, you got people who move all the time. I mean, just because you open a New York pizza place up, don't tell me it's New York. No. If I want New York pizza, I'm going to get New York pizza in New York. I'm not going to San Francisco and get New York pizza. I want something that I'm only going to get in San Francisco. And I like mom and pop shops. But I just couldn't find none in San Francisco, though. I went between San Jose, Palo Alto, and every place in between on the 101, on the interstates. I just couldn't find it. But when I went to Oakland, I felt happy because I seen a lot of restaurants, whether it was soul food, whether it was food from Chicago, which is not ethnic, but the guy had been there 2 generations, and he just cooked Chicago food with the San Fran flair to it. It's kind of like tri-tip. I love the slow smoke and barbecue, and I don't do tri-tip a lot, but when I go out to the Silicon Valley or even California, they love tri-tip. That's something native. But when I try the tri-tip, it's not cooked slow. They use it on open fire, which means that basically you sizzle it from the time you put it on the grill. And I was like, maybe they got a restaurant here, a barbecue. And everything I seen barbecue was Korean barbecue. No, I wanted tri-tip in a San Francisco or San Jose restaurant. No, they put it on open fire. They cook it like a steak. Certain meats gotta be cooked slow. You can't open fire cook everything you see. Now, I know in the Caribbean they believe in that. Jamaica they believe in that. No. If you cook the tri-tip slow, you're gonna have one hell of a piece of meat. But nobody does that. Nobody does that. So I was trying to find something like that. I'm like, you're famous for your tri-tip. You're famous for your vegetables. And, and they cook their vegetables on open fire. That was great. But what am I going to eat with it? And like I said, you go to a place that's Chinese, it just doesn't look clean. And the other thing that baffled me too, really baffled me, was that you don't get a lot of Mexican food in San Fran, San Jose area. Now, let me tell you about that area when it comes to food. A lot of people make a lot of money in Silicon Valley, no matter what they do. But somebody is cleaning that house. Somebody is cleaning that house, cutting that grass. Somebody is doing some manual labor, plumbing, whatever have you. And I got news for you. They ain't white or black. They're not white or black. Now, one person told me that in a hotel, that almost everybody who does any of that kind of work don't live in that area. They don't live in San Fran. They don't live in San Jose. They don't live in Palo Alto. She said they live way away. She said she drive an hour and a half each day to work, an hour and a half home. So maybe people are working in areas where they can't afford to eat, which is nothing new. Nothing new at all there. But every city got a poor, cheap area. Every city. Maybe their idea of cheap is, $5,000 a month for rent. And people who are making just that amount of money is taking it back to wherever they come from and spending it in those neighborhoods. Maybe on the East Bay, I guess that's why they call it the East Bay, because the East Bay is cheaper than the San Fran on the West Bay and San Jose and stuff. And Caltrans is not a bad transportation system, but maybe everybody live on the East Bay, but they can't live too far north because you got Sacramento and Berkeley and Livermore Labs, and those places are not cheap. They're not cheap. So maybe they got those. So maybe people are going toward Fresno, I guess, where Fresno, everything looks like it's old and outdated and cheap. Because you got a lot of people who work on those large farms and wineries. I guess they're not making that kind of money. So, but they gotta live somewhere, and they all can't live in the same trailer home. No, they gotta live somewhere. But back to food though, I found some of the best food in the San Fran area was stuff like, I found a couple of Mongolian restaurants. I didn't see any Mongols there, but I found Mongolian restaurants. And German food, I didn't find a lot of Germans either. But I don't know. But the best food I found, it's kind of weird. It's a chain called Mel's Diner. When a diner is your best place in a city or area that's got like 7 million people, you got problems. Now, I did see a lot of steakhouses, but I can get a steak back here. And I really enjoy steaks in Texas. But the diner stayed crowded, even downtown San Fran. I saw these places, and I've never had coffee in my life. I saw a lot of coffee shops, a lot of yuppies or young people going there spending, their $8 and $9 on a coffee or whatever it was they spent money on. I know coffee costs $8 or $9 because a hot chocolate cost me $6.50. And I said, nah, I'm good. I'll just buy water the next place I go to. I did not see a large food truck scene. I kept looking and going to places. There is no place where they all congregated, because I do like food trucks, because that's some of the best food you're going to have. And even food trucks nowadays cost a lot of money. And it could be a reason why. It could be that if they had a food truck downtown or in the cities, they could get disturbed by people who are not successful or not doing things they want to do. And they could be down in their luck. Who knows? But San Fran, when I went to certain parts, I saw a lot of what do you want to call it? Shacks that sold you cigarettes. I did see a lot of liquor stores. Shacks that sold you cigarettes, your liquor stores. Kind of like, I guess they're convenience stores out in San Francisco. I guess they are convenience stores. So I guess that works for San Francisco. But that was kind of interesting, though. I didn't see a lot of, I saw a lot of Chinese places that, and then let me go back to Oakland. Let me go back to Oakland real quick. Oakland, a lot of places, restaurants are closed on Mondays and Thursdays, and I don't know how people can do that. Say, this is my business, this is my full-time business, but I'm only gonna be open half the time. That just discourages the hell out of me from going there. Because I don't have to put you in my calendar to see what day I want to eat. No, I want to eat what I want to eat when I want to eat it, especially if I'm paying the money for it. That's just how life works. It's just how life works. I was shocked by that. I was totally shocked when, they're not open on Tuesdays or Sundays. People eat every damn day, so you should be open every damn day. I know your workers need time off. Don't hire relatives. Go out and get a real, get a real worker, a real employee, and open the days you need to open. But don't just say, I'm going to open 3 days out of the week. That's Atlanta style. And that's why so many people claim they got fame in Atlanta and they don't. San Francisco and Oakland, it just make me wonder if most of these minority-owned businesses don't think you got to work 7 days a week if you're working for yourself. No. Hire somebody to be there when you're not there. If it's your business, and I can tell you as a caterer, if it's your business, it is your business to be aware that people want your services and to be prepared to offer your services. But if you're going to work 3 and 4 days a week, maybe you got the wrong first job because your second job ain't producing the income. And then who's paying the property taxes and paying the light bill? Here's how it works. I can tell you right now, if my lights are on 7 days a week, which I need some electricity to run my burglar alarms, guess what? I'm paying utility bills whether I'm there or not because the electricity is still on. So me not working a day means that money comes from somewhere else. So I don't quite get that concept. I'm going to own a restaurant and I want to be rated very high by diners, drives, and dives. I don't want to be. You're rated high there, but you only open a couple days out of the week. Memphis, Tennessee was like that, and like I said, these minority-owned restaurants, maybe they just playing at owning a restaurant for fun. But for most people I know who owns them, and I talked to quite a few of them, that is their life. If you only want to work a few days out of the week, just buy a food truck. A food truck, when the engine is not on, you're not paying a utility bill. When the engine is on, you're paying for your gas and then everything else that's running off your gas. But you can't play at owning a place and then want people to come there when you're there. No, you should be there when I want to go there. That's a hell of a difference. So people really don't really understand how it works in the restaurants. But like I said, San Fran, male diners are 24 hours a day. They can have one customer or 1,000 customers. They're open. Because guess what? When you got one customer, you're not making money. When you got 1,000 customers, you're making too much damn money. But that's how it works, though. But I was shocked by Atlanta because I was like, are you guys serious? You open 1 day out of the week or 2 days out of the week? I'm not going to try and figure out when you open. All I can tell you, I know when I'm hungry, and that's what I'm going to eat based on my schedule and not your availability, no matter how good you are. But San Fran, there's no food there that I can't get anywhere else. Like I said, you got 500 million Chinese over there. Hell, we got quite a few around here. I can get Chinese food anywhere. I can get seafood anywhere. And I don't see what else you had there outside of going to a diner. And you know, a diner isn't there to give you boutique or expensive food. A diner is there to give you fuel for your body. That's all it's good for. Get your fuel for your body and move the hell on. This is your boy Leon, DJ Leon D. We're going to talk again in a minute. Peace out. San Fran, go there full. Or you're going to go again hungry, because you're damn sure going to leave hungry. Peace. DJ Leon D.